Hello and welcome back to Maff UK. I am currently at Carnforth Lake and I'm on peg number 2. I did start on peg number 1, however, after leading around and looking around and seeing what I had, I found the water very, very shallow and not to my liking at all really, so I moved over to 2. I've got nobody on 3, there is somebody on 6. So I've got plenty of water to myself. Basically, I have pegs 1, 2 and 3 all to myself. So I got plenty of water to fish in. Should anybody else turn up, I can close it on in. Anyway, there we are. 48 hours I've got. That could go on to more depending on how busy it gets. I'm trying out my mic again this weekend. You can see that there. I'm trying that out again to see if I can combat this wind, because we should be getting quite a lot of wind interference on this camera here. Cue intro. Yep, we're in. Peace camp. A wee bit of tiger nut oil directly into the bag itself. And I'm trying this mic out. I've looked at the settings and I'm hoping that I've got it right this time. But it is a bit of trial and error with this mic. Now, I am going to make a review on it, but I'm going to make a review on it after I've tried it a few times and got it working and I fully understand it. And it's not going to be a technical review. It's going to be a review for people like you and me who need to combat the wind issue. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to achieve. So anyway, welcome. I guess the first thing we need to do really is sit down, get ourselves a brew on and talk about our tactics, what I'm doing and how I'm fishing. Well, fortunately peg 1, 2 and 3 are very, very close to the car park, so I don't even need a wheelbarrow. Not that I could push a wheelbarrow right now. I haven't managed to carry everything down from where I am, so I'm quite happy. But as we said, beep. Number 2. We'll talk tactics in a minute. It is quite windy, it's quite choppy. The weather is forecast to, that's 2 beeps. I like 2 beeps. That's on a zig. That's gonna go. Have I got a bird messing with that? No, there's no birds over there. Come on, Mr. Zig, let's go. Right, okay. No, it's gonna go again. Oh, I don't know what to do. Do I wait for the rip or do I strike that? No, I'm going to leave it. If it isn't ripping off, I ain't going to touch it. It's definitely pulled up. It's definitely pulled up. Anyway, where was I? Brew. This type of brew. Coffee. It's 12 o'clock gone. In fact, it's 1 o'clock. Right, oh, and I checked for wasps. Yeah, back at Carnforth Lake, there has been some fish come out over the last few days. Apparently Popeye comes out on, I think it's Peg 3's boundary, or is it Peg 2's boundary? Not quite sure which one it is, but anyhow, because there's nobody here, I've got my rods on, well, one rod on that, and I'm fishing with zigs. Well, 2 zigs and 1 bottom bait. The lads who was in my swim yesterday didn't catch anything. They were here for a couple of days, and the 1, 2 and 3, they didn't catch anything. In fact, they didn't have no bleeps or anything. So I'm already ahead by one lot of bleeps so far. Yeah, tactics, 2 zigs, 1 bottom bait. I'm just going to go with that. I don't know what else to try. It's going to be choppy, it's going to be windy. I've got 5 foot of water where I'm fishing. So on mid-waters, I've got, well, maybe a 2 foot underneath the surface, 3, 4 foot zigs. So I'm not fishing low down, I'm fishing high up in the water. I don't really know what else to do. There's no signs of fish, I can't see them, apart from the fact that I'm getting liners or beeps. So the fish are either between me and my bait, aren't they? So for the 24 hours I don't get anything on my zigs, I know that the fish, but I still get liners, I'll reel it in, bring it in some, and I know then that somewhere between here and there, fish are moving, so I just need to find where they are. Which one is it this time? Must be the wind that's doing this. I need to slacken right off, I think. Right. Let's have a look inside. Okay. Nothing of any amazement. However, hello. Oh, hello. Special treat for myself. Underneath here, look, there's an inflatable mattress. So not only have I got the cart bed, but I've also got an inflatable mattress underneath as well, giving me a real comfy night's sleep. That's the plan, isn't it, putty cat? Yes, it is. And there we are. Quick pan over of the lake. Down at the bottom there was where I fished last time when I was here. That's where I wanted to go because I knew that would be more sheltered. I was hoping to go there, but they are. That's the way it is. And that's the Syndicate Lake over there. Oh, currently charging my phone. Free energy. Phone is there. And there we are. Nothing new, nothing adventurous, but there we are nonetheless. He's just swallowed that eel whole. And I just missed it. That eel's trying to fight his way back out of his gullet again, look. So let's have a little update then. I put my baits out onto my spots that I found. I left them there for about 3 hours. Bailiffs came along doing water treatment, putting this blue stuff into the water. I don't know what it is. So I moved into the centre of the lake, staying on my zigs. I left my bottom bait where it was. I've now made some PVA bags for this evening, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lob out some PVA bags at the points I started this morning, and then leave them there, and then in the morning weather depending, and then maybe go back up onto zigs again. Okay, when it comes to the bottom baits, let me just talk you through what I've got. I've got 2 PVA bags. Both of them got a small section of pepperami on it. One's got a, well, they both got pop-ups cut in half, sitting on top of it, make them more buoyant. So I've got flavour still coming off the water. I can leave it in all night, so in the darkness the flavour still seeps from the pepperami. And in the morning, weather permitting, things being as they are, I'll have a look at going back up onto the zigs again and back out onto those same spots. If anybody turns up to my left or to my right, well, fair enough. Oh, not necessarily my left, but definitely on my right. If anyone turns up on my right, I have to reel in and bring them into my swim, because I am stealing water at the moment, and so's the lad who's further down from me as well. Oh, and a quick shout out to the chap that was on Peg 10 this morning. Sorry I didn't get your name. Thank you. You said you watched my videos. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. So that's where we are, really. Just to add to that, I've got my barbecue with me. I've been and bought one of those barbecues. The reason I bought one is all the lads that we did our social with last year on May Social, they had them, and they still got the same ones, and they've had them the year before as well. So they last pretty well if you look after them. Well, I think they're worth having. There are snide versions out there, but his is a genuine pucker version, so I've just gone with that. So I've got that to use. Now, whether I use that or not, I don't know. My good lady wife is threatening to bring me a fish and chip supper, because we are only 11 minutes away from my front doorstep. So let's see if that turns out. She'll probably get home and go, "Can't be arsed, do your barbecue, you lazy git." But we'll see. Bivvy bound. The rain's turned up. We knew it was going to, knew it was going to rain. What a shame. Right in the door too. And the only problem with this bivvy, not that I'm complaining because I didn't pay for it, it was given to me by my mate Dave. So it's not a complaint day. It's not. It's just that there's no letterbox on the door. You can't zip it down and look out. That's it. So you zip yourself in, you're in. It won't last. Jeepers! I just got soaked getting me supper. I'm glad I wasn't relying on my barbecue tonight, otherwise I'll be going hungry. So thank you to my good lady wife for getting me haggis and chips. As always, I'll eat this and get back to you. And this is where you don't regret treating your fly. Every year I'll take my tents and I'll take my bivvies and I'll give them a coating of silicone sealer. You know, the Fab Seal that you can buy, paint it on. Not the one in the... I do have ones in the tin as a last resort, but you can paint it on with a brush. Massive difference. And, well, the proof's in the pudding. Bivvies are pretty good. The material's good anyhow, usually, but if you look after your bivvy and treat it every year, beginning of every summer, then it will look after you. And this is an old Nash bivvy now, given to me by Dave, and not a drop of rain's getting in. After the rain stops and I want to get my rods out, they're still light enough, I can put the PVA in this polystyrene box from my dinner rather than lay it on the ground. So I can literally close it inside. Polystyrene won't do any damage to the line. Put that on the ground, do my wraps, and away we go. That's so instead of folding that up and throwing it away, If it's going to be a bit rainy for the next two days, then keep it. Use it. Never know. Nash may put a sign on it saying PVA box protector and then charge you £5 for it. 25 quid for it. I've just got a couple of minutes before the next shower comes in. I might not make it. We'll see. Let's give it a go. I ain't got time to mess around. Off. PVA in the rain. It's fun, isn't it? Okay, that tactic worked. I've now got 3 bottom baits on, 2 PVA bags, and what I've decided to do is leave the other one I put in earlier today, just leave that as it is. I don't know how particular these fish are. I'm learning the lake still, especially this side. So my plan is to maybe leave it, make it look like it's a bit more washed out than it should be, and perhaps then they come and get it. I don't know. If I haven't taken it in the morning, I'll bring it in with the rest of the rods, but I don't see no point. If it's fishing right, let's just leave it as it is and see how we get on with it. There's a better look at the pod. Now what you've got to remember, this is in complete darkness. There is no ambient light, there's no other light at all, so no one else can see me filming, so I'm not causing any issues or any dramas to anybody. It's just all night sight. Oh, bleep. Yep, we're in. No way. I can't believe that. I'm in. I need to get my other camera going. It's only a small one. Oh no. What is it, a pasty? Is it an eel? There's something on there. How mad was that? I've got an eel. A slimy eel. I've caught a bloody eel. I hate eels. I'm gonna get slimed, aren't I? Oh well. Let's just get rid of it. One slimy eel. There we go. Anyway, one eel. It's drizzling a bit, so I've got everything a little bit moist because of a stinky eel. Oh well. Let's get, I think I'm going to put a Ronnie rig in so I know it won't tangle. I'm just going to lob it out. Pub chuck it. Pub chuck a Ronnie rig. That's what I'm going to do. I need to get this out quick. Turn these lights off. This is doing my head in. Well, as you can tell, nothing else happened in the evening except that one eel. So rather than wait till 10 o'clock before, you know, bite time's over, I see a lot of the anglers here, especially a lot of the regulars on the syndicate, they're in early and they're changing the baits early. I'm not saying I'm copying that, but what I'm saying is that I've brought my bottom baits in and I'm just going to go straight back out onto zigs. Let me show you. The zig is very simple. It's a 4-foot zig and the hook is literally straight through. straight through, as if you would have, you know, floated fishing, you know, with your biscuits and everything. Same sort of principle as that, really. Size 10 hook, barbed on here, and straight through the bait, just like that. Yeah, I'll put it over my hat, you should be able to see it. Yeah, and that's all I'm doing. I'm just changing all three over to the same. I've got one 2 foot, one 4 foot, and one 4.5 foot that's turned out. It wasn't intentional, just the way it turned out. So that's it. I'm going to put those back on my spots. Here we are, very simple rigs. But I've now seen 3 eels in one 24-hour session. 2 cormorants have taken 2 eels on here, and I caught one last night. I wonder how bad it is. I don't think it's horrifically bad, because if there was a lot of eels, like too many, then even my bottom baits would have been wiped out by them last night, especially using a meaty bait. So yeah, let's get this out into Popeye Bay. I should be so lucky, yeah. Popeye Bay. It's not called that, I just called it that. Yes, it is. Oh, that's lovely. Warms the cockles of your arse. Now then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fishermen on the bottom half of the lake. A lot of pressure on that bottom half of the lake. 1 fisherman at this end of the lake. If these fish spook easily, chances are they could scare them fish up this neck of the woods. And there's only little old me over here. Now I'm on the far margins, as you're supposed to be, I think, on here. Everyone tells me that's where you're supposed to be. So that's where I am. You fishermen down there make as much noise as you like. Selfish, selfish, selfish. That is the 3rd eel I've seen cormorants get. Oh, good lad, look at that. You greedy, greedy git. Got myself a bit of a sloppy spot bivvy. Right, he's camera shy, he's walking at the back of there. He won't go on camera, but he's just caught a what? PB? PB, Jordan, PB, £36. Well done, mate. He just doesn't want to go on camera though. We get the back of his head as he's walking away. That's what we'll do. Yeah. Look at him. I can focus in. There he is, look. Walking away. Proud as punch. I think the lad's down there just spotted himself a swan. Oh, unlucky fella. Has he got... No, I think he still may have it. Oh dear. Alright, my tactics aren't working. I've been out, I've spotted sloppy spotty mix over zigs. No liners, no nothing, no movement whatsoever. I've been as tight to that far bank as I possibly can. Everybody says get up tight to the margins. That's where they'll catch the big ones, alright? So I've tried that, failed miserably now, over 24 hours of fishing. I came back into the centre of the lake. I was no longer getting any liners, so I was having liners further away out. So I was having liners from the far margin, so liners. I've come back in now, halfway, and fished that. No liners. Now, when I first got there was a gravel bank at 12 wraps, and I found that gravel bank again. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get back on that gravel bank. I've been up and I've bought some pellets. I'm going to go get some pellets. I'm going to soak them for an hour or two in tiger nut oil, and then I'm going to lob them out, and I'm going to put both rods on this gravel bank out there at 12 wraps, and that's how I'm going to finish the session. I may just keep one that shallow zig floating around in the margins, especially on the farthest bank there. I may just keep that shallow zig in there, but yeah, there's no signs of fish showing. There's nothing giving anything away. The liners have gone, so I don't know what to do for the best, but I'm gonna try something. I've got to try something because I can't keep still for 5 minutes. So rather than just sit on my rods, I hate doing that. If I'm not getting any signs or not getting anything, I just can't sit there. I don't like doing that. So I'm going to work for it. I'm going to try again. So let's leave them soak now for a little while, maybe an hour or two. Now I've come back, I'll pop the zigs back out for an hour. Yeah, so let them soak that in, take on that tiger nut juice, because they are quite dry pellets, so they should soak a bit of that in. And then a little bit later this afternoon, complete change then, and I'm going to get out onto those spots and then spot those pellets out onto the area, and that's how I'm going to play it. This is unbelievable. This is another cormorant with another eel. How many eels are in here? Oh, we've nearly got it. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, missed it. Away. Good lad. Look at that, trying to swallow that. Look at it, you can see it in its neck trying to get back out. Oh, it still won't go down. Here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 males I've seen come out of here today. What's brought them out and about like that? So before I was rudely interrupted by the greedy cormorant once again taking another eel from this little lake. I was trying to explain to you what I'd done with my Ronnie rig. Now, there is lots of little tiny loose clumps of weed bobbing around, so it's very easy for your hook to pick up a bit of weed on the way down if you're just casting out with a bare Ronnie rig. So what I did, I put some PVA around the hook itself and also the loop which connects to the hook to give it that, you know, that rotation. It's just a way of preventing any tangles, and also it helps me spot to my location, which is what I was trying to point out. Because I put 2 pieces of PVA on, one on the hook, well, it was only a small piece on the hook, and then one on the actual loop, the joint itself. When that popped up, when I was spotting, I knew exactly where my bait was to the foot, so I could get right on target. So that's what I did. The only thing there was my accuracy. You need to have good accuracy to enable you to get on top of your bait, but it wasn't too bad either side, left to right, a couple of feet either way. I'm happy with that. That's bait in the right area. Now you could cast over, run round with a bucket and just fill it in and around your PVA that just pops up, but I can't do that on my own, not unless I've got another spod stuck, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that's it. That's my fishing complete. The only way I'll be reeling in again will be if I've caught a fish or an eel, but that's it. I'm going to sit on my hands now, which is very difficult for me to do. If this wind stays calm like this, which would be awesome if it did, then I will be able to have my barbecue. Well, that's a bit of a bugger, isn't it? Taking full advantage of this beautiful weather now, and also looking for any signs of fish, of which there aren't any. And because I'm not doing any fishing as such, I might as well show you this brand named barbecue. Now, as I said earlier in the video, there are snide versions of this, but hey, there you go. What does it come with? Well, it actually comes in a cardboard box. A flat cardboard box, like a flat pack. The bag is in it, but it's not actually, everything's not contained within the bag. The bag is separate. What you get for your money is one food grade grill. Now, I say food grade grill, easy for me to say, is because not all of them are. You have to be careful sometimes. You heat them and they'll just warp, and they're not really food grade. But this is food grade grill, so it won't leave any deposits. It won't start to, the metaling won't come off or the coating won't come off. This is as it is, so it's a proper food grade grill. Then comes out your cute little handbag. So you get your actual device itself. You get some instructions with it, but you don't really need them, to be honest. Right, and you get this little bar. Now then, the only reason I bought this is because, as I said, I've seen the lads using them. Simon and Lee and Chris, they've been using them for a couple of years easy. And they've all got one, and they've been working perfect, and they're very good. They double up as a little fire as well, you know, if you want to have a little gingangool, toast a few marshmallows, which we have done a couple of times already. And I think they just work perfect. So for the money, I think they're worth every penny, because I've seen them being used. I can vouch for that, because I actually have seen them being used, as opposed to not, you know, just looking at it and going, no, it looks all right. So one thing I do notice is that it comes in a plastic coating, which I've removed, but some of the plastic coating remains on the hinges where the thing is manufactured. So it's manufactured with a protective coating on it, and you have to peel that off. Now, obviously, on your first ever burn, you need to leave it 10 minutes or so, just to make sure that you burn all the any plastic off, so it doesn't taint your food. So, but that's why the barbecue's probably heating up anyhow. So I wouldn't worry too much about it, but you do have to peel off as much as you possibly can. Don't just burn it off, you'll be sorry. Okay, so what happens then? Well, make sure we've got our bar with us, and we simply open it up, and inside the barbecue you will see a series of flaps. There's that one there, and there's 2 upper flaps as well. And what I'll do is I'll bring you in now, looking down on top of it as we assemble it. So I'm going to put it on the floor like that, making sure I've got my bar in the hand, and I'll bring you in and have a look inside. Now, if you look, you've got a wedge here, and a support there. So you push it down over those two lumps and it catches on that ledge and holds it in place. Just like that. Then with your bar, you can pick either one, makes no difference which one you put it in. Put your bar in, put the flaps down, ta-da! When your coals are lit, you then place on the grill. There. One barbecue. The next test we need to do is see how rigid and stable it is. Well, I can already see that there is a little bit of discrepancy on the heights of these little ledges here. So all is not perfect, but it's not going to come flying off. There's enough support there to keep that on. That ain't going anywhere. No matter which way you try and push it down, that's not going anywhere. If you stand on it, yeah, you're going to break it, but that's absolutely fine. One of the other things that is possible with this, as long as you've got the correct gloves, it is movable whilst the coals are burning, but you will need to protect your hands. That is fire maneuver. That's an in-joke for anybody who understands that one. It's early in the year. Not many seagulls about. Do you think it might be worth a quick look, see if we get anything off the top? One seagull flies by. Do you think it might be worth a quick catapult, see if anything snurgles up to it? Or do you think the birds will get to it before anything does? I'm going to give it a catapult full. I'm going to see how we go. I'm going to go get my biscuits and give it a catapult full right out to the middle of the lake. See how we go. And I'll try and do it when the seagulls fly the other way. It is early in the year for that, yes, I appreciate that. But you never know, do you? They could be just under the surface and they're not showing themselves. They really aren't showing themselves at all. But before I do that, I'm going to move the barbecue to a sensible place, because if I get a run, guess where I'm going to trip over? Yes, the barbecue. Oh, seagulls have found me. I think he's missed it. The swan can't handle them, they're too hard for the swan. Just having a nosy, just having a check. Just because we can't see them, don't we say they're not there? Ah, here's one. Ooh, he's not quite sure. He's got one. He's got two. And there we are. And now we've got two seagulls. That didn't last for very long, did it? I must admit, I'm not very surprised. Now we've got 3 seagulls, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay, well that was an experiment to see what would happen. And there you go, that's what would happen. You get mobbed out before you can't even get a chance to see that there's anything there. So it's a complete waste of time. You're never going to get away with it. So, put it all back. Worth a try. I'm having me bleeding barbecue. So I've made a bit of a windbreak. That should do the trick, I hope. So just use a few sticks and toggles, and a few knots. few toggles, a couple of bank sticks, and away we go. One windbreak. Might be a small one, but it's better than none. And I will be able to have a barbecue. Hoorah! Peace camp. Looks like I'll be having my barbecue chicken after all. The sun's come out. Just a bit drafty, that's all. But with that screen up, everything's fine. That's coming real handy. That's something I'm going to think about. Buying a small windbreak, or whether I actually need to buy anything. I can just do that every time. Because it's very simply put up. You just got to know how to use your toggles properly. Because if you don't use your toggles properly, everything slips around. So that's all it is. A couple of pank sticks there, one holding it up and one stopping it coming this way. Very easily done. Quite pleased with it. Let's just hope it doesn't piss down, because if it does, it's just going to ruin everything. I was going to have some rice or something else with my barbecue, but because I never ate barbecue last night and I had fish and chips, I've got quite a bit to eat. It's a bit of a dramatic sky coming, isn't it? The rain is just about to hit us. I don't know how long it's going to last for, but I managed to get everything in. It's a bit chaotic, but it's in. So, smallest hotel room in the world. Tea was terrific. I really like a nat barbecue. The rain will put it out. So any second now, I'll expect to hear the pitter-patter of those April showers. And Mays and Junes and Julys. I'm not sure whether I want a coffee, a special coffee, or whether to save that till later. If the storm goes, I may do a special coffee. It is a fantastic night. The storm's blown over. We've got nearly mill pond on the lake itself, but nothing doing. No sign of carp at all. Nothing. No sign. No jumping. No nothing. Just boshing. Can't see a back out of the water. Can't see a fin. No disturbances whatsoever. Although it does appear. And where the fuck do you think you're going, shitbag? Hey? Listen, has Chris Fennell sent you? I can't keep you, I'm afraid. Chris Fennell sent you, eh? Oh yeah, just go in there and help yourself. Oi! That's me bin. No, you're not having me chair. Oi! Worth a quick look, see if we get anything off the top. Well, not really much happening. I've watched back what I've recorded today, and all there is me sat in a chair. Now it's me sat in the dark, so no. A bit disappointed really. I was expecting a bit more. I'm afraid I'm going to have to go to a runs water next to get my confidence back. No, a bit disappointed. I wonder if that blue stuff's got anything to do with it. Who knows? Anyway, catch you later. Well, it's a cracking morning. As you can tell, I didn't catch anything. My bivvy gone. Everything's packed up in the car. It's just my rod's out at the moment. You're due to finish here on 8 o'clock. They don't really mind if there's nobody pressurising you and there's nobody pressurising me to get off here right now. In fact, I was expecting quite a lot of people to queue up, but you know, queuing up to get onto these spots, but no, they're not. Nobody's here. And I know there's a few booked on the lake today. It's quite a busy lake today. For this weekend, I think it's full. So, well, good luck really, because it's been disastrous. Nobody on this lake has caught since I've been here. 2 days, nobody. And it's full down the bottom. Oh well. I suppose if I was to blame anything, I would blame the blue stuff, but I can't really. I don't know what difference it makes. But as a fisherman, I've got to blame something, not me. So, blue stuff it is. I'm going to sit here, chill out, until somebody looks like they want to muscle in on the action, and then I'm going to bugger off. Looks like I'm staring at a big fat blank. I'm going to be bringing my rods in now, one at a time, and I think that's it. Game over. So there we go, an official blank. Third time at Clearwater, third blank for me. I spent a total of 4 days now on this complex or on this particular lake, and I've not caught anything. Am I disappointed? Of course I'm disappointed. That's the whole point of fishing. You want to catch, you want to go out. But do I accept the fact that it's a blank? Yes, I do that too, because that's part of specimen fishing. Can't expect to come to places like this and just mop up straight away. Sometimes you can be lucky, you can fall right on the money. Sometimes, like this weekend or these last few days, it just doesn't happen for you. So there we go. So what will I be doing next? Well, I don't really know, really. It could be a hammock hang, or it could be back on the bank. I'm probably favouring a hammock hang. My arm's feeling a bit better. I think I've just got enough time to get a weekend in and maybe go and hang somewhere or up into my usual spot. Alright then, well until next time, thank you very much for joining me. I'm sorry it wasn't an exciting video, but it was a video nonetheless, and it's a true representation of fishing as opposed to what people perceive it to be. Alright, thank you very much. See you next time. Bye bye.